Do you have a favorite documentary? What have you been watching lately? Today, I'm going to share my top 5 favorite Netflix documentaries. Are you going to stream it or skip it? And we're back. Welcome to the second season of Late Nights by Luna Manila. We were on a brief break to help us prepare for the season because we are now on YouTube. Every time there's a new episode published on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, the summary of that episode will be uploaded on YouTube. Just search for Luna Manila. So remember the bed brain that we have on our first season? We still have that bed brain. Bed brain is a segment of this podcast that we will also upload on all our podcast channels, including YouTube. So what is bed brain? Bed brain is basically a storytelling about random late night thoughts or late night fantasies from childhood, um, fun or sad past experiences or memories, your wishes and hope about the future, any crazy random idea. So that's our bed brain segment. We want to make sure that our followers can listen to us anytime, anywhere. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube so you will be notified whenever we have a new episode. Also, please follow us on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts kung alin ang paborito niyong pinupuntahan pag nag-listen kayo ng podcast. But we are basically available on most of all channels. Okay, now, for the first episode of the second season, while we were on break, I watched a lot of films and documentaries and thought of why not create an episode about my favorite Netflix documentaries. Um, mas mahilig ako manood ng mga documentaries actually more than films, but I can't do my top 5 or not even top 10 for my favorite films kasi napakadami. At mahilig din man ako manood ng films, but yun nga, napakarami kong paborito. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko sisimulan yon. So, let's start with Netflix na lang muna. My top 5 documentaries. I'm gonna start with my least favorite. Tapos, I'll try to share Netflix description about that documentary and then I'll share the reason why I like it. Let's start with number 5. Heal. According to Netflix, okay, Netflix and their description to this documentary. Sorry, ngayon na lang ulit kasi, so medyo matagal-tagal, so pasensya na kayo. But anyways, Heal. These are stories from spiritual leaders, physicians, and those with chronic illnesses reveal the powerful connection between the human psyche and physical health. It is directed by filmmaker and alternative medicine advocate Kelly Noonan Gores. Now, this is what I think about it. I pretty much already have an idea how powerful our mind is. Pero when I watched this documentary, it made me more amazed about how our mind can heal our body. In this documentary, they explained both scientifically and spiritually how our trauma, stress, and the way we think can take its toll on our body. But like, what if we possess the power to heal ourselves? So I really like this documentary because it reminds us to track our pains and traumas. 'Di ba parang alam kong mahirap 'yon. Pero minsan may isip natin na baka kaya ako madalas magkasakit, baka may sakit ako baka dahil sa stress or baka meron akong iniinda na alam mo 'yon paulit-ulit kaya ganun din na laging bumabalik yung sakit na 'yon sa'yo. Um, but yeah, so again, this documentary reminds us to track our pains and traumas because it will help us lead to healing our bodies physically. It is believed that organic healing in the body can happen when we reduce the burdens of our past emotional traumas. But okay, not because this is on my list. It doesn't mean that I believe in this documentary 100%. Okay? It's just that there are parts of this documentary that enlightened me. So, pag napanood mo din 'to, I'm sure ma-e-enlighten ka rin at some points of your life and maa-amaze ka kung gaano talaga kagaling yung katawan natin. Though meron pa ring mga medyo weird na parts, but then again, that's why it's on my list because it's really an interesting documentaries. Also, there are tons of other factors that make us sick, like hereditary diseases, what we eat, and because we're just too lazy to move. But this documentary is just a good reminder about what we feed our mind can also make us sick and can heal us at the same time. So, if you are interested to understand more about healing our body through our mind by doing a holistic approach, stream it. Now, on number 4, Unwell. Yan. Favorite ko din to. According to Netflix or Netflix, per Netflix description, ano ba yan? Taking a deep dive into the lucrative wellness industry, which touts health and healing, but the products may not live up to the promises. Okay, this is what I think about it. I had a lot of eye opener on this one. It's a docu-series about the good and bad aspects of popular wellness trends. Well, there are 6 episodes. Merong they featured essential oils, tantric sex, bulking up with breast milk. So these are the titles pala that I'm giving you, okay? Fasting, ayahuasca, ang ibig sabihin nun, I will explain further later, and bee sting therapy. I like this docu-series. I like how this is presented pala. Because the balance of facts from experts and experiences of people which leaves you to decide whether to believe that trend or not. My major realization about this documentary is how other people can manage to mislead people by making them believe in something that is not scientifically proven. Or scientists are still continuously studying facts about it. For example, yung mga nasa essential oils, breast milk for adults, and fasting. Makikita mo talaga how these things are, na minamarket. Pero yun pala, hanggang ngayon, meron pa ring mga parts of these areas na hindi scientifically proven. Or they are still, continuously studying about it. For example, no, the essential oils. The way that it was being advertised is like, it has mystical properties. Na tipong, mas gagaling kapag essential oil ang ginamit mo more than medicine. Di ba may mga nag-witness pa ng ganon? So the doctor from this documentary said that there is no clinical evidence until now and that essential oils are not regulated as medicine. So gumawa sila ng experiment about this. They had one group of people taking the lavender and another group taking the drug called lorazepam for anxiety. Both groups didn't know what they were getting, kung lavender ba o yung drug, yung lorazepam. Both groups reduced their anxiety equally. This is the clinical evidence that we have. Essential oils can only help us cope but not cure. Also, mapapanood nyo din dito yung analyzations about this million-dollar industry sa essential oils and kung paano yung mayaman ang mayayaman na. But then again, you really have to watch this para makapag-decide kayo, alam mo yun, what's totoo or not. Other episodes of this documentary like tantric sex, from the word tantra, and ayahuasca evolved in a manner that is no longer related to what it truly means. For example, yung ayahuasca, it's a drink, para siyang tea. The researcher from this documentary said that locally in Amazon daw, it's not a medicine itself, but part of a complex medical system. Sa traditional ceremony, a sick person would visit a shaman. Yung shaman ang iinom ng ayahuasca in order to contact with God or spirits. Siya yung nagiging channel nung forces or energy to that patient. Tapos sasabayan ng chant. Yung chant na yun ang medicine. Not the ayahuasca, hindi yung ininom. But in the new medical system, especially sa mga Western countries, parang ni-reinvent nila to. Okay, parang binaliktad nila. Yung ayahuasca ang naging bida. Bakit? To serve the foreigners na dumadayo dun sa Amazon. Tapos, inadapt siya ng mga Westerners na parang medyo ginawa siyang negosyo. So, parang a-attend ka ng retreat na to for a few days. Tapos, iinom ka ng ayahuasca. Tapos, may heal ka na daw. May mga witnesses sila na mga papakita din naman na nag-heal by drinking this. But then again, it's up to us what we want to believe, right? Anyway, documentaries are here to entertain us. So it's not always may facts. Minsan hindi mo rin talaga alam kung ano yung totoo. But if you wanna get entertained, watch this. It's really good. There's a lot of openers. So anyway, when someone is going through a heavy emotional trauma or experience, sometimes we are desperate to look for something to believe in. We are easily deceived because we hope to get healed to finally get out of that pain. Or maybe we're just all too afraid to die soon, so we do everything just to extend years of living. Anyway, for me, this documentary is worth streaming. Again, the title is Unwell. On our third favorite, bakit R? May nga to. On my third favorite Netflix documentary, the title is Connected: The Hidden Science of Everything. Okay. For Netflix description, The Hidden Science of Everything is a 2020 docuseries where journalist Latif Nasser is investigating ways in which we are connected to each other and the universe. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, my take on this. Mind-blowing. Kita mo yung gumanon pa ako. It's mind-blowing. This docuseries is about finding a connection to everything up to an in-depth degree. In-depth degree. Gusto ko yung ginanong ko yung kamay ko. Parang nakikita niyong lahat. Anyway, go to YouTube para makita niyo kung ano pinagagagawa ko behind the scenes. It's educational because it's scientific. So, sa mga mahilig dyan, manood ng mga documentaries na may mga or about science, ganyan, may mga scientific evidence, ang ganda nitong Connected, panoorin niyo to. Episodes were explained in an enlightening way. I have a few favorite episodes, but bear with me because I'm really poor with scientific terms, so I might not use any, but I'll do my best to explain. The first episode is surveillance. It's called surveillance. If you have a dating app, alam naman nating lahat, kung napanood niyo yung the social media, it's watching you and they can see more than that. Latif, the host, he interviewed a journalist who joined Tinder. So this journalist was explaining how she found out this article that Tinder has this secret desirability score that rate your attractiveness and make you match with people with the same league as you. For example, kapag may nag-like sa'yo na maganda or pogi, yung points mo tataas din. Pero pag may hindi masyadong pogi or maganda na nag-like sa'yo, yung points mo bababa. So attractiveness lang yung nagiging batayan ng matching. So itong journalist na to, she sent an email to Tinder and asked for her score. Inabot siya ng 6 months kakapilit sa Tinder until finally they gave her a copy of her personal data. It was an 800 800-page file. That's 800. Tinder not only has a copy of your personal details like age, hobbies, kung ano pa, but also her swipes and conversations. Ang malala pa dito, yung Tinder may copy siya ng mga Facebook likes mo, ng mga Instagram posts mo, ano yung mga madalas mong nilalike. So, i-relate ko lang ulit dun sa The Social Dilemma na documentary, ano? All our apps are talking about us. Okay, behind our back. But kung hindi mo pa napapanood yung The Social Dilemma na documentary, please watch it if you would like to learn more about this part. Okay, so going back, dating apps know exactly how you feel. They know when you're lonely. So alam nila pag sunod-sunod yung swipe mo. Okay, so that's surveillance. That's the first episode of the documentary Connected. I have another favorite episode from this documentary. It's called Poop. And you heard that right. Poop. Hindi ko lang ba't ako tumigil doon. Scientists explained how you can see the whole society through a poop. Latif and the scientist, they went to Thames ba talaga? Basta sa London River to get a sample kasi may mga raw pa rin sa sewage or wastewater na napupunta sa river. Through that sample na nakukuha nila, malalaman nila what Londoners put in their bodies. Para siyang drug test pero sa buong city. Kumuha sila ng water to take to the laboratory to test it. Sa mga test na ginagawa nila, makikita nila na may drugs and all sorts of medications. The scientists said na most of the time, ang nakikita nila sa result ay mga antidepressants, antibiotics, pain medications, ecstasy, MDMA. So, by these water wastes, nakikita ng mga scientists what people are taking. Ang nakaka-amaze pa dito, nakikita nila yung trend sa paggamit ng drugs. Sa data makikita nila na, let's say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tapos may spike yung graph pag weekend. Through that data, they can tell that London is an everyday user of cocaine. Question, how is this connected to everything? It messes with the environment just like plastic. What is it doing to all the creatures out there? Diba? Imagine kung yun yung nilalabas natin. Tapos yung mga creatures sa river, sa dagat, kung saan man napupunta yung waste natin, kinakain din nila eh. Napupunta din sa kanila. Ang intense ko dun sa kinakain din nila eh. Anyways, meron pang isang example. Scientists from Sweden tested fish who swim in poopy, druggy water. They found antidepressants, antihistamines, antibiotics, painkillers. Nag-experiment sila ng dalawang fish and they put trackers on them. Pumunta sila sa dalawang lake. Yung fish na yon, ay hindi, yung scientist pala, pumunta sila dun sa dalawang magkaibang lake na yon. Yung isang lake, nilagyan nila yung isang part ng tranquilizer that contains Valium and Xanax. Tapos na-found out nila that yung fish na naapektuhan ng drugs na to, naging opposite yung side effects sa kanya. So instead na parang sedative yung effect, naging active sila, naging hyper sila, mas naging risk taker yung fish na yon. Kasi yung ganong klaseng fish, hindi sila pumupunta sa like yung mas malaking water. Yung hindi nila pangkaraniwan na pinupuntahan, pero pinuntahan niya kahit na mas dangerous yun for them. So, ang nakikita ng mga scientists sa mga fish na to na ang tatapang na naging dangerous, sila yung mga nakakain agad kasi nga punta sila dun sa dangerous na, alam mo yun, na hindi naman nila talaga dapat pinupuntahan. Yung isang lake na pinuntahan nila, na wala silang nilagay na tranquilizer or Xanax, syempre, normal lang yung mga fish, ganun. Kaya, connected. We don't know how we are unwittingly dragging creatures downstream via the substance in our waste. Kumbaga, nasasagasaan din natin sila. And you know what's more fucked up about this? Kinakain natin yung mga fish na to, diba? Oh, amazing. Umikot lang. But I'll stop here. Okay? Please stream it. Ang daming amazing facts sa documentary na to. Again, for my third favorite documentary on Netflix, the title is Connected. Alright, for my top 2 favorite Netflix documentary, it's Making a Murderer. Ayan. Sa mga mahilig sa mga crime documentaries dyan, sa mga pa-thriller, mga psychological thrillers, ganyan, ang ganda nito. For Netflix description, this show tells the story of Stephen Avery, a man from Manitowoc County, Wisconsin, who served 18 years in prison for the wrongful conviction of sexual assault and attempted murder. Ayan, ang dami kong paboritong mga crime documentaries at ang daming ganito sa Netflix. Hindi ko alam bakit ito yung ginawa kong number 2. Marami ding magaganda talaga, but ewan ko, ito lang iniisip ko. Ang fact kasi nito grabe yung ginawa nila dito sa buhay ni Stephen Avery, kaya siguro nilagay ko siya dito. Um, but yeah, what I like about this documentary, I like this story because there is a continuous excitement for each episode that makes you want to dig deeper. Nakakahook talaga siya. May mga tanong na, what really happened? Is the man innocent? Or is the justice system just fucking up with this man's life? Mga tipong ganon. Imagine 18 years kang nakulong tapos wala ka namang kasalanan. They also showed questionable evidence like yung mga police, may mga hindi talaga nagtutugma. And then as you go on with the next episodes, you'll get confused with the man's innocence talaga. Labas-pasok siya ng kulungan. Ang ganda ng mga argument kasi hindi mo alam kung ano ba talaga yung totoo. So yun nga, kagaya ng sinabi ko, nakakahook siya. Medyo mahaba to may part 1 and part 2 na tig 10 episodes. Again, if you are a fan of crime documentaries, this one is for you. Making a Murderer. And now, before I reveal my favorite Netflix documentary, actually so far ayoko nang ulit-ulitan, napakarami ko talagang paborito. But so far, before I reveal my pinaka-favorite sa Netflix, I wanna go through, again, my top 4. My top 5 is Heal, okay? Unwell, Connected, nawawala yung title, The Hidden Science of Everything. And then we have Making a Murderer. Okay, those are my top 4. Alright, now, my pinaka-favorite so far is Don't Fuck with Cats, Hunting an Internet Killer. This documentary is about a twisted criminal's gruesome videos drive a group of amateur online sleuths to launch a risky manhunt that brings them into a dark underworld. Lakas makatang twister nito. Pero I survived. Anyway, I'll do my best not to spoil this one for you because it's really good. Few reasons why I love this documentary. First, it has a good soundtrack. If you are a fan of 80s new wave like mga The Smiths, The Cure, ang dami nilang pinalabas sa documentary nito. Hindi lang dahil ginamit nila for the sake of the documentary, but meron silang ini-interview doon na may mga nababanggit sa mga bands, mga pinapakinggan niya. So piniplay nila sa background na nakaka-enjoy siya lalong panoorin if you are a fan of these bands and this genre, this music. So one of the reasons why you should watch this. Second, I love the way it was presented because it was almost like a film but not scripted. It's a real life thriller. Kasi yung obsession ng killer, nakakatakot talaga. At huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi naman ipapakita kung paano sinaktan yung cats. Wala namang gagawa nun. Well, bukod sa kanya. Anyways. And I think this is the only area that shows what the internet can do that I like. Okay? But it's not that I hate the internet. But marami lang alam naman natin kung gaano ka-sketchy minsan ng internet. But again, ito lang yung area na nagustuhan ko yung internet. But again, it's scary at the same time. Kasi ang galing ng mga tao, na-track nila yung killer using the internet. I hope that's not a spoiler. Pero, basta, malalaman nyo rin yun. Panoorin nyo na lang. So, mas magaling at mas mabilis pa sila dun sa police. I wish they would make a film about him. Kung meron na pala, please comment the title down below. Kasi, trinay ko siyang hanapin sa YouTube and kung saan-saan pa, pero wala akong nakita. Mostly documentaries din. So sana gawing movie yung ano niya, yung story nitong killer na to. But anyway, I'll try not to give the killer's name kasi sobrang spoiler na yon dahil ipapakita doon kung paano nila na-track yung tao talaga. Alright, so that's my favorite Netflix documentary. That's my top 1. Don't Fuck with Cats, Hunting an Internet Killer. Alright. That is it, Pansit. My top 5 favorite Netflix documentaries. Please, bakit please? Hindi, just a reminder that the reasons why I like them are only in my opinion, okay? And because I just simply like them, I was entertained, and I hope na na-entertain din kayo ng mga documentaries na to. And I just want to share it with you. So let me know what you think about this episode. kung meron akong mga nabanggit na paborito ko at paborito nyo rin or napanood nyo rin, please let me know and share it to everyone. Bakit nyo paborito tong documentary na to? Kung meron kayong ibang documentary na paborito na hindi sa Netflix, you can also share it here sa YouTube. Comment it down below. I-share nyo lang yan sa aming lahat para ma-search namin, mapanood namin. You can even include the link however you want. But, this is a community of Luna Manila, so you can do whatever. Anyways, that is it for today's episode. Please follow me on Instagram at Luna_Manila. You can also DM me kung ano man ang naiisip nyo. You can also suggest what topic you want to talk about next. Alright? Thank you for listening. All love, no hate.